Dear Congressman, DSS, my name is Symeon ARVANITOPOULOS and I'm a PhD student at the Faculty of Economics at Southwest University, Neofit in Blagoevgrad, Bulgaria. This essay is about strengthening fiscal autonomy in Greek municipalities, lessons from the fiscal reforms in Thessaloniki. The financial empowerment of municipalities is a fundamental step for the creation of effective local policies and services. In Greece, local authorities have traditionally had limited fiscal and financial power, depending to a significant extent on state transfers. Recent budgetary pressures and funding agreements with international organizations have imposed additional constraints on the action of municipalities, making the search for more autonomous and flexible sources of revenue a burning issue. Thessaloniki, as the second largest city in Greece, has piloted several programs incorporating innovative financial management practices and revenue maximization methods. This experience can serve as a reference point for other municipalities seeking to enhance their fiscal flexibility. The purpose of this article is to highlight the critical parameters that contributed to economic stabilization and the enhancement of local development in Thessaloniki, in order to draw conclusions for the rest of the country. The paper is divided in the following sections. Initially, a brief literature review is presented on the importance and dimensions of fiscal autonomy in the European context. This is followed by the methodology used for data collection and analysis. Subsequently, the main findings regarding the institutional and financial changes implemented are analyzed. Finally, conclusions and policy proposals are formulated that can be utilized by public administration and local bodies. International literature highlights that strong fiscal autonomy is associated with increased efficiency in service delivery, enhanced citizen participation, and improved demographic control. At the European level, many countries have delegated significant taxation and resource utilization powers to municipalities, thus allowing the formulation of local development policies orientated to the specific needs of each region. In Greece, the traditional dependence of the state budget has hindered the substantial autonomy of municipalities. The Kallikratis and Kapodistris reforms sought to reduce administrative costs and enhance transparency. However, the fiscal crisis acted as a deterrent, further reducing state funding. Therefore, it is observed that the new requirements of fiscal consolidation put pressure on municipalities to increase their own revenues or to seek alternative ways of financing. Thessaloniki has been one of the areas where pilot actions have been implemented, aiming to improve financial management and attract investment. Case studies show that diversification of revenue sources, the use of technology, and more effective budgeting contributed to the partial recovery of the city's finances. The recording and evaluation of these interventions in this paper aims to clarify how they can be adapted to different sizes of municipalities, both urban and rural. To draw comprehensive conclusions, a mixed research approach was chosen that included, firstly, secondary data analysis. Data was collected and studied from official sources. Example, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Finance, regarding the revenues, expenses, and debts of Greek municipality, with an emphasis on Thessaloniki. Secondly, quantitative research. Questionnaires were distributed to 50 financial and administrative employees of municipalities who participated in or monitored the reforms implemented by the municipality of Thessaloniki. The questionnaires examined issues such as budget management, the search for alternative resources, and the implementation of digital tools. Thirdly, qualitative approach. Interviews. 10 semi-structured interviews were conducted with elected representatives, mayors, deputy mayors, and high-ranking officials involved in the decision-making process for the formulation and implementation of the reforms. Fourthly, statistical analysis and thematic coding. Quantitative data were analyzed using SPSS software, while qualitative information was thematically coded to highlight the main perceptions and experiences of participants. This specific approach was chosen to allow for the triangulation of data, ensuring greater validity and reliability in the conclusions. The data collected highlighted a series of critical findings regarding the financial operation of municipalities and the prospects for strengthening fiscal autonomy. Firstly, diversification of revenue sources. Almost 70% of financial officials reported that the introduction of new municipal fees or the imposition of special property taxes contributed to the increase of own revenues in the short term. However, they pointed out that this measure may be considered unpopular and requires social concern. State grants and EU fundings. Most interviews underlined that central state grants and co-financed European programs remain the cornerstone of local budgets. Nevertheless, Thessaloniki has managed to increase the absorption of EU funds by strengthening planning offices and developing specialized working groups. Thirdly, digital tools and transparency. The use of e-government software and the integration of online platforms for the management of municipal revenues has significantly improved response times and enhanced transparency. In the municipality of Thessaloniki, in particular, electronic infrastructures have reduced bureaucratic delays by 40%. Debt arrangements and refinancing. The experience of Thessaloniki has shown that through collaborations with the deposit and loan funds and other financial institutions, it is possible to refinance municipal debt on more favorable terms. This practice has contributed to budget stabilization and the reduction of short-term service costs. Fifthly, internal audit and accountability. At the institutional level, the creation of cross-departmental committees and dedicated internal audit teams has strengthened accountability. This has translated into more rational planning, although the need for further training our staff in accounting and administrative management has been highlighted. Overall, the findings suggest that a multidimensional approach which combines legislative reforms, digital upgrading, and target initiatives can increase the autonomy of municipalities and create sustainable economic foundations. This paper has highlighted how the experience of Thessaloniki can guide policy making to enhance fiscal autonomy in Greek municipalities. First, the effective use of various revenue sources contributes to reducing unilateral dependence on the state, although the social impacts of new taxes or fees must be taken into account. Second, attracting resources from European programs and developing digital tools prove crucial for improving efficiency and transparency. Third, restructuring municipal debt through partnerships with national and international financial institutions is feasible, provided that there is a proper preparation and staffing. The experience of Thessaloniki shows that local authorities, when equipped with the right tools, can play a more active role in the economic planning and development of the region. This suggests that the need for continuous training of municipal human resources as well as institutional structures that will facilitate the adoption of innovative financial strategies. Future studies could focus on the comparative analysis of different municipalities in order to confirm the generality of the conclusions and to identify specific parameters of success or failure. Thank you very much for your attendance.